Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Joe Brazile's channel here on YouTube, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Interview Jazmine Johnson from Married to Medicine L.A. Now, a lot of people judge Jazmine's husband from the drug dealer comment Dr. Imani made from season 1. And also, Jazmine's husband is the only husband that hasn't shown his face on the show so far. So Jazmine does receive a lot of backlash from that. But in this interview, she clears up the rumors about why her husband isn't on the show. First, listen to what Dr. Imani told Dr. Heavenly and Leah about Jazmine's husband, and then I'll come back to tell you what Jazmine says about her own.
I put it to you like this, because this is what I said yesterday in confessional. I said, you weren't there, Leah, but this was before we shot the first season, and it was like me, Asha, Noel, Shanique, Britton. We were all like, sitting around having brunch, and so we were like, Jazmine, you gotta understand that even if you don't want us to ever meet your husband, like, you're gonna have to come up with some sort of a tactic. Like, you're gonna have to come up with something, because he's gonna have to like be on the show in some capacity, and you're gonna have to say something about him. And so she was like, well, I mean, it's fine. Like, like I asked her, I was like, well, what do you want us to say about him? She was like, well, you can say whatever you want. And I was like, girl, okay. But the main thing I remember her saying is, I was like, well, I mean, what's the deal? I was like, because you met our husbands, like, you met some of our kids, like, what's really good? And she was like, well, he just doesn't want to meet y'all. And I was like, oh, okay, then.
She told me multiple times, it's not that I don't want you to meet him, it's that he don't want to meet you. And to me, that's some bullshit.
And I'm like, if you don't want to meet my blood, I don't want to meet your blood either. Like, I don't need no friend. I'm telling you, like, we begged her. We were like, Jazmine, you won't look so stupid, okay, if you don't figure this out. Because I'm like, it's Married to Medicine. Like, I will be on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a doctor. I'm like, you're a doctor's wife. And, kudos for her for like, figuring out her whole concierge business. But I'm like, like you can't bring on your aunt and your mom and your sister and your kid and everybody else. Ain't none of them people a doctor, and you're not married to none of them. So I'm like, girl, you got to figure this out. I mean, but I will say this. I know that the producers and Bravo are real like stringent when it comes to, if you're not married and if you're very like, I guess, closed about your personal life, like, they'll cut you.
Yeah.
Now, Joe Brazile asked Jazmine, so did you tell production that certain things were off limits? Jazmine says, no, other than my husband not wanting to be part of it. That was the only thing that was off limits. Everything else was free game. So if Jazmine is telling the truth, y'all, in this interview, I can understand why she feels like the ladies on the show always have her name in their mouths, like she says. But it's also unfair because these ladies don't know the backstory of why Jazmine's husband is not on the show. And when it comes to Jazmine and Shanique's friendship, it does get a lot of criticism. Jazmine puts it like this. She says, as a grown woman, she doesn't call anybody her bestie, but we are down for one another. She has my loyalty. We met on the show. There was a process to filming, so we had to film a sizzle reel before filming season 1, and that's when I was actually pregnant. So during that time between filming the sizzle reel and the actual production of season 1, we would link up, hang out. She came to my baby shower, G's birthday. We just enjoyed each other's company, and I would kick it with Shanique because she was cool. It didn't seem forced. But honey, when comparing the new ladies, Dr. Kendra and Leah, she says that she doesn't care for Leah. But here's what she had to say about Dr. Kendra. Now, she says Dr. Kendra is a newbie. I can hang out with her. She's a mom, a doctor, a wife, and she's a fun time. Like, she knows how to laugh. She doesn't take herself seriously. She's not trying to fill a role. She's not judging me. She respects me. There are certain layers to people I need to see, and I saw some of those with her. But you don't have to be like me. We don't have to be the same. But what you need to do is respect that I am an individual, and I can hold my own just like you can hold your own. You don't have to have all these preconceived notions when you don't even have anything to base that off of. And when she talks about preconceived notions, I really think she's aiming at Leah with that comment, because Leah and Imani or friends, but our money and Jazmine have had a flaky relationship from the beginning. So I feel like she's saying that Leah has preconceived notions based on the information that she's heard from Dr. Imani. Now she goes back and says, I felt like even from the jump, Dr. Kendra was respectful. Our relationship isn't awkward. And then the interviewer asks, how did you get involved with Married to Medicine? And she says this, I guess there's recruiters that look for people that are suitable for a show. The recruiter for this show messaged my husband on Facebook and was like, are you guys interested in doing this? And my husband didn't respond. He just screenshot me and was like, if you're interested, you can do this, but I don't want to. It was actually during a time where I was going through a lot of transition. I was pregnant with G, and my grandmother, who passed away at 102, had just passed away the week before. It was just a transitional period. So I had just said I would never do reality. He and I both said that to each other, but when the opportunity presented itself, I took it. I'm just real big on feeling out the energy, and it just kind of felt like maybe this is the vibe right now. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so I did it. Jazmine said season 1 was hard for her because she felt like the show boxed her into this person that just suddenly on season 2 became a business person. But that was never the case. I've been a boss since before I was filming, and they did not show my business last season. I have the Hollywood Villa property. I've always had my concierge, and I've always had my online women's boutique. Production filmed some of that in season 1, but they didn't show it. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. You know, I really feel like that this does answer the question as to why Jazmine's husband isn't on the show. I mean, from the beginning, it was talked about between husband and wife that I don't want to be part of the show, but I will support you on the show, which is like, what more can you ask for? But let's talk about it in the comment section. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.